pulling up the attired, relatively modern wooden dining room floor of our 300-year-old cottage. We found this safe, clearly not 300 years old. But how old do we think it is? There was a piece of disintegrated paper, perhaps with a code sealed in the lid. Totally unreadable. Update. Thanks for all the advice. We decided not to open it, but we left a little note tucked under the handle for the family who finds it in another 80100 years. I have added a picture of what it looks like now for those who are interested. The home we purchased 1.5 years ago, 1928 mansion in Pennsylvania, built by an industrialist and banker for his wife as a country house wedding gift. Unfortunately, it had not been lived in for approximately 35 years when we bought it. No sewer or running water. Fun facts. The roof is the only wood structure in the home. The rest of the home is made of double white clinker brick, terracotta block with lime plaster on steel I-beams and steel open web joists. The windows are all pellet steel casement windows, and the bathrooms feature the original American Standard colored bathroom fixtures released in 1930, but as the builder was the president of what would soon become American Standard, they were early versions made in 1928. It sits on 18 acres, has a fountain in the garden, as well as a fish pond with a fountain. This is the bathroom of my house built in 1950. I am only the second owner in 74 years. The walls are a glass tile called vitrolite, which was popular in the Art Deco period. The tile color is jade with black trim. It was remodeled in 1963, which I know because the cabinet maker signed a drawer. But the previous owner didn't he remove the tile in favor of something more modern, and I am grateful for that. The cabinet maker also built my kitchen cabinets and signed those too. I absolutely love this tile, and while I've made a few updates over the years, I'd never remove it. I cracked a tile when replacing the shower hardware about 10 years ago, and miraculously found a stockpile of it about 3 states away. It wasn't a perfect match, and incredibly expensive, $150 for an 18 by 22 piece, but close enough that it's hardly noticeable. Asterisk edited to include the original glass shower doors.
I see many posts where people are looking for farmland, but it's way too expensive. I found my land at the county tax auction. In Michigan, you get a deed, and there is no redemption period for the prior owner. I was able to buy 16 acres for $5,180. Former owner was a developer who wanted to put in a subdivision but was denied, so he walked away from the property update. I looked at my deed, and with county fees, it was $5,600 in total. In Michigan, tax land is sold at the minimum bid for past owed taxes to the highest bidder, i.e. public auction. If it does not sell at the first auction, it goes to a second auction where the minimum bid starts at $100. Michigan did away with their redemption period after the tax sale a few years back. Again, this is Michigan. I cleared 9 acres for planting over a 3-year period. I recently purchased 6 acres off the neighbor and legally combined it with my land. Good deals are out there. Don't rule out tax sales for unpaid property taxes. Please know that every jurisdiction in every state forecloses on properties because people don't pay their taxes. Each one also has a way of disposing of their properties, usually through an auction. It varies state to state. You will read many comments to this post where others have done this. It's encouraging. You will also see where links are for various states' websites dealing with this issue. You just have to find yours and figure out the system. Read the comments. Don't confuse this with mortgage foreclosures, which do have a 30, 180, or 365-day redemption period. Also, just take a drive in the country, and if you find property that looks overgrown or abandoned, go to the local assessor and see who owns it and contact them. Many of these neglected places are unwanted properties or someone inherited it and is waiting for the right person to come along and buy it. You must do your own legwork and research. Most of the information is located within your county or local municipality buildings. Most of it's online, and most public places, like the Assessor and Register of Deeds, have a public computer. And there are many owners who want to help others get a home and may be excited for you to own the property. I once purchased a $175,000 commercial building from an extremely wealthy person with little money down LC just because they took an interest in my vision for the property and wanted to help someone because someone once helped them. All I did was find the owner of the abandoned building, wrote them a letter in Florida, and they called me in Michigan. I can tell you this, no one will knock on your door and offer their property to you. You have to go out and find the deal, be creative, and be prepared to investigate 100 properties to get one that's willing to deal with you. I have bought many properties by reaching out to the owner to see if they want to sell. They are always distressed properties. You have to get out and find them. In addition, don't rule out mortgage foreclosures. Every county has a printed publication that lists potential foreclosures. You need to do your research on these. There is a redemption period. Find someone that does it and ask questions or do online research. Merely attend a mortgage auction just to learn. These are more complicated, and you are often dealing with a potential angry homeowner, although most are vacant. Not only are there local mortgage foreclosures, but there are also federal ones. HUD is an example. The federal government backs loans for military, low income, and others, and they have to foreclose on them, unfortunately. Auctions are another way to find real estate. I don't find the best deals, but I see some great properties being auctioned by landowners. One last thing, if I may, your next purchase may not be your dream house or your off-the-grid place. You may have to start with buying a rundown trailer in a mobile home park, fixing it up and reselling it. You might have to buy a cheap used car, fix it up and resell it. Do that enough times and you'll get to your ultimate goal. It's work, headaches, and time, but that's what it takes to get to the next level in your journey. If you have nothing, find a way to create something. Stop looking at the end goal and start focusing on the path to get to that goal and stay on track. I am creating a homestead on my land. I don't live there. I will build a house one day. Pole barn, farm equipment, gardens, orchard, vineyard, and this small cabin I put on the land. It's my place to get away and do some fun work. Runs off partial solar and a generator with an outhouse. I hope this helps someone find hope that buying land is still possible and can see that calling a realtor is not your only option. By the time land is in the hands of a realtor, it is priced at market value. I was told this by someone wealthy when I was in my mid-20s. By land, they aren't making any more of it. And just so it is clear, this land used to be one half farmable land, but was overgrown and I had to clear it. That took me 3 years of cutting down trees and pulling out stumps. I put up the pole barn, cabin, orchard, garden, and water source. I did not buy it with these items. And I am just making this post so others can see that you have to be creative to get incredible deals on real estate. This is not an easy process and requires investigation and possibly physical law, though you do get a place. Most of this land has been neglected for a couple of years. It's just a couple of ways to buy property in a non-traditional manner. Read the posted comments and you'll see I'm not the only one. Many people who commented talk about their great finds. And for me personally, I am not trying to live off the grid. I consider myself more of a homesteader. I want to live more off my land and be less dependent on Kroger's and public services. I still need some conveniences. For example, I'm not burning wood for heat. I'm using propane. I still need to buy my meat from a butcher. I don't hunt, but appreciate those responsible hunters who do. Although I have an outhouse, I use the fancy bathroom in the pole barn. Hopefully people recognize there are different levels of connecting with their land. Take today and think about your future land purchasing differently. Create your own path to get there. Look at your glass as one half full.